Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Victory Podcast. I'm your host, Steve McGrath, and this week I'm pleased to bring you my conversation with Mack Brown. Mack is a former Florida Gator. He's played running back for a couple of years in the NFL. He's had stops with the Texans, the Vikings, mostly with the Redskins, and recently he had a stop with the Raiders. But right now, he's just chomping at the bit, waiting for his next opportunity to play. And he took the time to catch up with us while he's busy training and staying in shape. Talk about that, his road there, and also his brand memory. And Mack, to his credit, stuck it out. The connection was a little choppy at the beginning. I had to get pretty creative with some of my edits there, but hold on for a couple minutes because it smoothens out towards the end. Now, of course, I have to remind you all that we were brought to you by Team Builder. And Team Builder provides strength and conditioning software to more than 500 high school football programs nationwide, as well as the NFL. So whether you write your own programs, you have a full-time strength coach, or you need training programs, Team Builder can make your weight room more efficient, more accountable, and smarter when it comes to measuring your team's progress. So go to their site, use the promo code VICTORY, and you'll get a nice, cool free gift. Now, without any further ado, here is Mack Brown. Two, one. Boom. On the line, I got Mack Brown. Mack, how are you doing today, man?
I'm doing good, man. Appreciate you. You asked me to be on your show, man. Thank you.
Oh, the pleasure's all mine. Like I showed you, I got my Florida shirt on. I love the Gator tradition. Yeah, always got a rep. I've been a fan since, Chris Leak.
You may say who? Chris who?
Chris Leak. Yeah, right before Tim Tebow.
Some of my old coaches, too. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, obviously, Florida's had a great history of success, but for you to even get there, you had to play high school football. So take it back, if you don't mind starting with what was it like for you just in high school? How did this path to, did you always want to play football? How'd you end up playing? And what's the road for you to actually end up a Gator?
I started off playing baseball. So one day after practice, my coach was like, I want to see Mack race one of the other kids on the bases. And I guess I beat the kid by 2 bases. I was on third base by the time he really got past first. I don't know if the kid was really fast. I don't know if it was a joke or not, but he asked Mom, can I play football? So Mom with my dad, he said no. My mom stuck me to practice like a week later, snuck me to football practice, and been playing football ever since. But high school football was fun, though. I finished high school, number 3 running back in the nation, number 7 player overall. And a lot of guys that was recruited top 20 in the nation always commit to Florida. So I was like, I might as well commit too. And, getting recruited to go to school like Florida, being in Georgia, it's hard because all the Georgia fans come to your game, booing you. They're trying to, make you change your mind. Like, I had a lot of Georgia fans in my high school games. Like, why you going to Florida? Yeah. That's a rivalry school. And you're the number 1 player in the state. So, and actually, like, number 2 and number 3 player in the state went to Georgia. So, they was like, why you not going to Georgia? But I'm happy with my decision, though. Gator Nation all day.
So you got to tell me, what's the recruiting pitch? What's Urban Meyer saying to you for you to commit to Florida when everyone from Georgia wants you in Georgia?
Well, I think Herb might be one of the top recruiters. So, just getting recruited by Herb is an honor. So, when he come recruit you, when Herb come recruit you, at the time, Florida was winning championships. So, you really don't have a great recruiting pitch. You want to go somewhere that you can win. Then you got other guys that's from Florida. They say Florida got the best football in the country. So you want to go with who got the best players. So I wanted to go compete with the best players. And also, I want to go win the national championship. And when I got recruited, Tebow just won a Heisman. They just won that championship. So why not join that team? And then her winning record was, like Utah, he was winning. Every school he's been to, he's winning. So, I wanted to just go ahead and join the winning tradition. So that's why I went to Florida.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I can't blame you, right? And obviously he's had success elsewhere, going to Ohio State and what he's been able to do there before, of course, he stepped away. But so you get there in 2010 and you're playing with current NFL tight end Trey Burton, who at the time is a quarterback. I mean, you get guys on that roster that obviously go on to have success and even change positions. I think Mike Gillislee and Demps are probably ahead of you on the roster. What was it like for you? Because, again, you want to play with the best, and there's obviously talent at running back. Was that more of a physical difference between you guys, or is that like a mental, you got to learn the playbook and put in your time to get your chance to shine?
Physical difference. As a freshman coming in playing SEC, definitely a physical difference because if you don't graduate high school in December and go, early enrolling in January, you only got 2 months, and you only got June and July to get ready for the season in September. You got July and August to get ready for the season in September. So physical-wise, your body's not going to be ready for SEC. But mental, you can play football. You can play football no matter you're a freshman or senior. When I got to camp, I had one of the best camps at running back. I played my first 3 games as a freshman at Florida. I played 7 for like 50 in my first game against USF. And me and Gillisy, we competed every day. So me and Gillisy, we didn't play that much that year. Gillisy started playing more towards the end of that season. I ended up getting medical red shirt in the middle of that season, but ended up playing more next year. We had a couple of backs on our team that was in front of us, like Jeff Vince, Chris Rainey. So the style opposite. And that type of speed, way different speed we had. Like those guys went 10-2s and 9-9. So, I agree why they played the spread before me and Gilly played. But Trey did play quarterback that year, but also Trey was an athlete. We all knew Trey was, he was a great quarterback too, but he can catch like a receiver. So we knew he was gonna be a tight end or a receiver one day.
Yeah, for sure. But your second year there is Will Muschamp's first year. So 2 years at UF, 2 different coaches. And can you just talk about what that difference in style was with coaching, like Urban versus, Coach Muschamp? Like how much did that change the culture and what you guys were trying to do? And, Charlie Weiss comes in at OC.
Hold on. I'll get my right answer for this one. Different culture. I was only with Irv from summertime through December. Irv was. I heard stories more of Irv. I got recruited by Irv when I played with Irv for my freshman year, but I didn't really get the whole experience because I didn't really play that much my freshman year like I did when I played with Muschamp. But Irv was different. Irv was kind of like more a mental mindset type of coach because he studied psychology. So he'll make you run through a wall by saying 3 words to you. You get in your mind more. You know what I mean? Irv had a trainer also named memorii. He was one of the best trainers, weight trainers in the country, college football. So having his staff together was a great staff. I didn't get to play with him that long because he ended up having a health problem. He ended up leaving. But when Muschamp came in, it was a different atmosphere. Muschamp more of a not a hoorah guy, but he more of like a disciplinarian more. He brought his new staff in. So, you bring a new staff, you got new players you bring in also. And we didn't get recruited by Muschamp, so it was different. But also, Muschamp did give us all green light to start. A lot of coaches come in, they want their own guys to play. But Muschamp's first spring in, he gave all the guys that Urban Meyer did recruit a chance to play. And actually, my rookie, first year training camp, not my first year training camp, but my first spring with Muschamp, I had one of the best springs. I ended up being number 2 in the depth chart, and I'm breaking my leg. So that's what happened with Muschamp era. I was kind of injured when he came in, so I didn't really get a chance to really play like that. But he gave me an opportunity. He did give me a great opportunity when he first came in. He had me top 2 in the depth chart as a redshirt freshman. So
that's awesome, and that's all you can ask for, right? Is the opportunity.
And I said I like Charlie Weiss too because Charlie Weiss, he invited me over for dinner all the time. And his son, Charlie Weiss Jr., I'm still cool with him to this day. He's a coach now. So the whole coach staff that I had in college, I still talk to all those coaches from Meyer's staff to Muschamp staff.
That's awesome. I just want to jump into 2013. You get that. I think it's the Toledo game. You start the year rolling, and you finally have a chance to get out there and do what you've known for years you're capable of doing. What was it like for you to finally get out there? You earn your spot on the depth chart and go out and start to show that, hey, I can actually do this.
So good, actually. The Toledo game, Coach Meyer to keep that same 15 yards. And after that, I had the momentum rolling. So, getting in that game, feel like you back playing like you was 11th grade or 12th grade. It was like a big monkey off your back. Toledo, that season I did start off pretty fast. I was thankful for that season. Also, there was just a confident booster for what came to the future. So that was a fun game. I always remember that Toledo game. First game to really feel like I'm back to my old self.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so I'll jump right into 2014. Your last year, of course, at Florida, it's not the best year on the field for the team. They go 7-5. It's Muschamp's last year.
I don't
Can you,
think it was seven. I don't think it was 7-5.
what's that?
Who was it? I don't think it was 7-5 that year.
It wasn't
Did we?
7-5 in your last year, your senior year?
7-6.
Oh, was it 7-6? Oh, well, I'm going to put that on Wikipedia. Um, can you just, so junior year for you personally, you get a chance while at school to have your best year, and then 2014 comes, and I know that 2013 wasn't a great year on the field, but it was good for you. How do you deal with your personal success not sort of lining up with the team success? And then, because I'm sure that the way that the whole team at Florida goes your last 2 years, you have to have some sort of mixed feelings about that you guys didn't perform the way that you wanted or up to what your expectations were. How did you just feel about all of that?
I mean, being on the team with that much talent, and you play other teams every week in the SEC. Like people say, SEC is like the closest thing you get to the NFL, right? But seeing the talent from the different teams that we play, and we know we had more talent, and we lose the game, it's hard every week. So I guess like the more games we lost, say we lost one game against like Vanderbilt or something, we done for the next week because we're like, how we lose to that team with those type of players? We're not discrediting those players, but we just know on our team we had way more athletes. Like we was 2-3 deep in every position, and those teams like Vanderbilt and Tennessee was like 1 or 2 deep, not even 1 or 2 deep, maybe just 1 deep. So we lose games like that. We know we should have won. It was heartbreaking, but also not really playing like that my senior year, because you go to my first game, opening day, and I forgot what team we played, but opening day, I had like 7 carries, like 50 yards, and I ain't played no more after that game till like Alabama game. Then I got in the last play Alabama game, and then I ain't played again until the bowl game. So like that season right there was kind of different because I feel like the team started getting divided because some players wasn't playing as much as they should have been playing, or you know how things go. Also, your coach on the hot seat. So like, coach wasn't all together. The players wasn't all together. It's hard to coach a team. You're on the hot seat. It's hard for players to play when you feel like other players should be playing more than other players. So team was kind of divided that year. So the senior year was a hard year because we definitely did have a good coach. Well, Muschamp was a great coach, and I feel like a lot of decisions we had to make that year was for get more recruits in. So they wanted to play the young guys as freshmen more, so they get more recruits for next year. But the coach ended up making it into the season. But I just feel like that year everybody wasn't thinking how we all should have been thinking. I feel like we just took more time to really game plan. Took more time to really take a deep breath and be like, okay, we got this game under control. We would have won more games that year because I'm not a coach, but I know if somebody put me on the hot seat, I can't really coach like I want to coach because I feel like what if we did have a hard game? See, anybody can win any week from a block kick or a fumble. So it's hard to coach like that, be on the hot seat. So I feel like a lot of decisions was made. Just we wasn't all thinking clear, I think. And I don't discredit myself not playing. So I think that gave me more motivation my senior year for not playing that much to really make it to the next year. I knew I was gonna make it to pros one day, so I wasn't really worried. And also my body was fresh. I ain't take no hits that year.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I was fresh going to training camp for next year. Yeah. And like this, like my career always been like this, like since college. So like I'm finally getting over the hump. I feel like last year I ended up getting injured, but this is gonna be a bright year. And I feel it because my body's back 100%. So that's the thing about it. Football, you gotta stay healthy. That's all about football. Just stay healthy. It's not basketball. It's not track. It's not baseball. Football, you get hit every week from practice to game. So.
Yeah, definitely. And, now I think we've covered Florida enough. You're talking about you getting physically ready, and that's great. But I just want to talk about the mental roller coaster that was your rookie year in the NFL. You go undrafted, which I don't know what your expectations were, but like you had to figure out, okay, what team do I sign with? You pick the Texans. That lasts for a short period of time. And then throughout that preseason and through the season, the Redskins sign you, release you, sign you, release you.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that? Because that has to be so hard to not know week to week what's going on.
Actually, I think it's better. I don't know week to week. So for me, I wasn't really like mind bottled or nothing like that. Not playing your senior year of college, you got to go through that. You feel me? I know a lot of guys that played their whole senior year in college or played 4 years in college and they didn't even get a chance. So me even getting a chance, if I was on the team for 3 weeks, is like big for me, you know. So when the Texans did sign me, I had to actually the Texan trial. It was a trial. It wasn't no signing. It was a trial. Had to beat out like a lot of guys out in 2 days to really even get signed. So when they released me on Houston, they didn't really release. They told me they gonna bring back training camp. So we get to training camp. I had 2 teams want to sign me for training camp, and my agent was like, "We should go to Washington." He says it's a better chance of making it to Washington. So I'm thankful I did make that decision to go to Washington. Houston was a great team. I ain't really get a chance to play Houston, but signing to Washington was great because, you know, I would never got to where I am now without Washington. So, you know, that my rookie year, getting signed 1 week and getting released 1 week, and I went to training camp the day before training camp. So I didn't know no playbook. I ain't know no playbook in the game. So they calling the plays in the huddle. They tell me where to go in the huddle to run plays. So like just even having some stats to even make a practice squad during that year was big for me. So by the time the season ended, they told me they're gonna re-sign me for January. So they re-signed me for January, and after that, I knew what I was gonna do. I said, okay, I got a whole year in the playbook, and I got a whole year training with their staff, and I'll be ready. Because it's not like college anymore. You're not trying to just make a team. Now you're on the team, but now you got to make sure they respect your game. So I knew when I get to a game the next year, they're gonna respect my game.
Yeah, 2016, right? That game against, was it Chicago, where you finally had a chance to show everyone that you could do it at that level? You know, what was that game like for you to have that moment as a professional now to go out and actually put up some numbers?
For me, I feel like football is football. No matter you 5 or you 26, I think football is football. If you know football, if you know how to like react, football's about reacting. If you can react, you can play. So like I say, in football, if you healthy, any sport, if you healthy, you can play. So when I see defensive players or I know their scheme, they run the 3-4, 4-3, but they don't split safety. If I see the safety single high, that means they got one safety in the box. So that means if I get past the box, I only got one man to beat. So I'm reading everything like that. So when I get a Chicago game, I remember the carry, I ended up breaking a long one. Safety's playing kind of like a line of scrimmage. So when I hit the hole, I knew he wasn't going to catch me. I said, he's not going to catch me. I get to the sideline. So I made the cut, hit to the sideline, and just took off. And people on my team knew what I could do. They knew I could. I got the game before that I would have broke because you watched my game in preseason against Tampa that year. I had like 5 explosives that game. So, you know, that year I wish I had more carries, but I didn't. But I'm thankful I did get in the game against Chicago. And then the next season, Monday Night Football, I did the same thing. I just put up some stats. So, like, as long as I'm healthy, you know, I put yards up. Like I said, football is not really hard for me. It's just you go out there, have fun, you study your game plan, you just play.
For sure.
Yeah.
No, so just to bring it up to speed now, you go through the training camp preseason with the Raiders. Mm-hmm. What are you doing now? Because you're not with the Raiders right now. Mm-hmm. How do you? And I mean, it seems like you handle it well. So, how do you deal with getting told yet again, hey, sorry, Mack, we're going to have to release you right now. Maybe down the line we can do something. But when you get told that news, how do you process that? How do you figure out what your next steps are and stay committed, not knowing what the future holds? Think of it almost like you're getting advice now.
For me, I was happy I went to training camp because, I mean, like I said, last year in Minnesota, I ended up getting hurt. I haven't been hurt in the NFL at all, so I got hurt a lot in college. I ain't never get hurt in the pros. So when I got hurt last year in Minnesota and Washington re-signed me, but I was still injured, it was kind of like, whoa, still getting another chance, and I've been injured. You get hurt in the NFL, you don't got IR or nothing like that. Your career's not promised. You got other backs coming, you got younger guys coming, you got older guys that got bigger contracts. In the NFL, it's like you got the big contract or your young guys is that. But you're in that little gap between a mid-aged guy. You don't have that big contract. It's kind of like, will they give him a chance or not? It's like kind of like an 8-ball. So getting to training camp, my main thing wasn't to get signed week 1. My main thing was just show people I'm not hurt no more, show people that I'm back, and show people also I'm more explosive than I was 2 years ago. So I did what I had to do. And whenever you do what you have to do, when you put up the yards, you put up stats, the call will come. You're not worried about when will it come. You know it's going to come, So
yeah, just get it on film.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. If I would have went to training camp and they gave me a chance and I wasn't training before, I looked slower than I did the year before, and I looked like I was still injured or limping, I would have been home like, now I'm about to go get me a job. But right now I'm just still doing the same thing, training. I'm not killing myself in training, just keep my body ready for whenever I leave. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So, just for what you know so far, is there like any one piece of advice that you wish someone told you going into the NFL? Like, hey, expect this.
I think I really took. I won't lie to you. Anybody told me any advice? A couple of my trainers told me advice, but I won't lie to you. I think college got me prepared for the pros.
In what way?
Being a 5-star athlete going to college, and you rank top 10 in the nation. Then you see other guys that rank top 10 in the nation go first round, second round, and the same position that you rank higher than, and you're not playing in college. You sideline with an injury, or you just, especially your senior year, you don't play at all, and you let the team rest in your junior year, you don't play your senior year. Mentally, you're ready for anything. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you go into your senior year, you know you collected for the draft your junior year, you stay for your senior year. And you're not playing, you're like, wow, I'm not playing my senior year. It's my last year of football in college. I might not go to the pros. Mentally, you got to take so every day you're going to the pros. So mentally, I had to really get myself ready. Like, God, I know you got something bigger for me. So when I start training for this draft, I'm going to do everything I can to show scouts that I'm ready. It wasn't me that didn't. It wasn't about my performance that let me off the field my senior year. Just was decisions. So I know college got me ready for the pros. No matter what the team did, I was ready for whatever. That's why I say you're never gonna see me put up no bad film. Last year, just I got hurt. That's what happened last. That's the reason why I'm in the position I'm in now. If I didn't get hurt last year, everything. If you see my elevator in the pros, I was going like this. Then I got hurt. That's when I went kind of like this for a little bit, like hit a median. But now it's going back up. So right now I'm just waiting to see what happens next. But my body's ready for this season.
That's awesome, man. I'm not trying to paraphrase you, but it sounds like you're saying you can only control what you can control, right? And as long as you're putting it in and you're controlling those and you're in shape and you're healthy, I mean, you can't control everything, but have that unlock. All
about timing too. I feel like you control the controllable, let the uncontrollable control itself. That's what I believe. So, that's how I feel. And all about patience. And patience and time is all about football. I mean, it's all about life too. You can have it like you're a doctor. You can't make that surgery at 3:00 because the surgeon's not due at 4. So it's all about timing. So I believe that.
Yeah, absolutely. And so obviously you're staying busy, staying in shape, and you're ready, and you're moving in the right direction. But I think you have a brand that you're working on too, right?
Yeah, memory. Yeah, I have a brand named Memory I'm working on right now. Taking about 2 years and thinking about it, but Memory is all about like my slogan for Memory is have a thought, save a memory. I feel like whatever in your past that pushes you to be the person you are right now, that's what you got to do. So memories, like for me, to make it to the pros is like everything I've been through in college to build me to the person I am now. So if you're a chef, like one of my chef friends, the Chef Carlos, he say that whenever he get in the kitchen, he thinks about his grandma. She passed away now, but she taught him how to cook. So those thoughts and memories from the past, throws him to be a celebrity chef to this day as a moment. So that's what I feel like. Whatever memory you have in the past, make you great for the future. So that's my brand, and I'm making a clothing line for it. And also, Memory's gonna be a agency one day. So I'm just building it right now from ground up.
All right. So what type of agency we're talking here? Let's get deeper into this. So you're gonna have a clothing line. Website, social media. What's the agency gonna be? What's the full vision for this?
Full vision. I want to do a sports agency. I want to do a full agency, but mainly, the real baby's going to be sports, because I feel like a lot of young guys that I mentor, I want them to know exactly how my role was. I want them to make sure they have like good mentors. So in the agency, not only going to have agents that are going to support the young guys or support the athletes, I want mentors that can teach the young guys when they transition from college to pros and like what to expect. Like I learned my experience just through like through my personal experience, but a lot of young guys got to know, like, you can't trust his agent with this. You can't trust his financial advisor with this. You got to make sure you know the right company. You got to make sure treat everything like a business. Some guys take decisions for teams personally. You can't do that. In the day, it's all about business. You feel me? So if you take it personally, you're not going to have your mind or your body ready to compete for a job the next couple of weeks, because you feel like, well, I should have made this team. I'm mad at the team. Now you you stressed out. Now you're not training. You're not doing nothing. So he gets next opportunity. That's on you. So when guys know, like, the team lets you go, they will bring you back. It just depends on how you are in the locker room, also how you are on the field. You got to be a great locker room guy and a great person on the field. But also got to be a great person off the field. So I want guys to know, like, don't just be an athlete. You know, be everything. You know, be a good person in life, be a good teammate in the locker room, be a good person on the field. So, even on the court, so that's the thing about it.
And, I just had Josh Hull on who, talks about the dangers of identifying yourself as an NFL football player, because one day everyone's career ends and you have to be ready for what that next thing is, because you're going to just become depressed and it's going to be really hard unless you're okay with going past that NFL thing. So you have to be more than that, as you just said. Otherwise, it's just you're going to be in a dead end. It's just not going to work.
I mean, actually, like, of course, you asked me earlier about Florida. You was like, mentally, how was you? How was you when you played your senior year? But when the Texans or even the Redskins had to call my coaches from college, like, how's Mack as a player in the locker room? How is he? What happened to him his senior year? Why he didn't play? Because, like, I went to training camp, or I went to OTAs and I was balling. They're like, why he didn't play more in college? They said, was he a bad guy? And then every coach they called from my college team said he didn't curse us out not one time. He didn't disrespect us not one time. He goes, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am, to everybody. He's one of the best locker room guys you can meet. So that's another reason they gave me the green light to even get on the 53-man roster, a green light even make it to a training camp, because my coach was in college. Because I could have cursed everybody out when I wasn't playing. I mean, some days I did. I said, listen, I want to curse everybody out in this building. That's how I felt sometimes. I'm like, nah, it's not worth it. Because at the end of the day, they smile on their face. They got a family to go home to. I got a family to go home to. I'm breathing. It wasn't worth it. So
it's a great perspective. I just wanted to hit on real quick. You had kind of mentioned, being a good locker room guy. What was like the jump from high school to college and then NFL, like particularly NFL to college, man? Just like, how different was it? Because in school, it's all about that camaraderie.
Yeah.
And not that goes away in college. I'm sorry, it doesn't go away in the NFL necessarily, but you're dealing with grown men. There's the business side of it. How much of that, caught you off guard, or did you enjoy, not really like as much?
Locker rooms from college to pros. College, you still kind of kids. We kind of, a lot of us immature stuff in college. So we having fun. We talking about classroom. We talking about campus. We talking about video games. But you get to the pros, it is a business. So you get to the pros, a lot of guys go home to their family. So it's not the same camaraderie as a college locker room and an NFL locker room. But, every team I've been on so far, locker room was great locker rooms. The team, it was close locker rooms, actually. But you still not going to get that same vibe as you was in college, because, college, you're still young. You still nobody really have kids. Nobody really have wives. People just, going to class, having fun. But you get to the pros, guys talking about their kids, talking about how their summer camps went. They talking about their kids' grades, or they talking about, their wife got this event coming up, so we come support this event, so it is way different, way major jump. And you see the young guys coming in now, because it's like year 5, you see the young guys coming in now. They still got the college locker room experience, so they're trying to be more of like talking to everybody in the locker room. But sooner or later, you'll see, like, it's a business. So, like, you're a young guy coming in as a safety, and you trying to be best friends as a 4th-year player or a 6th-year player safety. He might not talk to you as much because you trying to get his job. So,
yeah. It makes it a little different. But I'm glad that you've had good experiences and that it's still all good. And but I like to end the show on what we call the gauntlet. But I just got to ask one last thing. Being in your position, do you watch the NFL and like almost kind of secretly want to see a running back go down? You're like, oh, Darius Geis is going on the IR. Man, maybe the Redskins are looking for Is there any part that kind of creeps into your brain of just being like, not that you're ever hoping for someone to get hurt, but you're hoping for an opportunity?
No, I don't want to see anybody get hurt. I'm just waiting to see my next opportunity, because when you do get hurt, you know how it is on the other side when you get injured. Like, I can't get on the field, because if I get on the field, I'm embarrassed myself. If I'm on the field and I'm running, I can't react. So, mentally, as whoever that gets injured, it's hard for that person sometimes. But I'm not worried about who get injured. I'm just worried about where I go next. I'm just ready to play. That's my main thing. And I feel like I'm in my groove right now, so I don't want to lose my groove. You feel me? So, because I'm in like 10 days, or 13 days from my last game, so I don't want to miss my groove. I want to keep my same type of timing on. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Mac, thanks for bearing with me on a little bit of connection issues. I want to end on what I call the gauntlet, just a couple quick hitter questions. I need to know what's most important. Is it the number one offense or having the number one defense?
Number one defense.
For sure. Now, what's most important? Is it the players or is it the scheme?
Both. Definitely say both.
Now, to this
you gotta
point,
you gotta have a great scheme, but you have to have the players to execute that scheme. So it's both.
Yeah, it's not an easy question. There's no right or wrong answer.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you have a favorite football memory to this point?
Favorite football memory? Yeah, I do. Get back in the end zone this year. You know, being in the sideline for running the ball for 2 years. Cause I was on the team 2017, but I ain't run the ball since the Raiders game when I was in Washington before I went to Minnesota. So getting back in the end zone this year is probably my favorite memory. You know what you you've been through for the whole year of rehab, and you back in the end zone. You're like, okay, I'm back. So just know your body's back full speed. You know you're gonna be back on the team. That's all that matters. So
very cool. And this is what I love to end on. What's the best piece of advice that you could give to a young athlete that wants to be the next Mack Brown?
Best advice, like I tell my young boys that's in college. Best advice is about being patient. You know, never get too anxious what you want to do. Always be patient and let the game come to you. Whenever you're in the game, let the game come to you. You do have a bad game, erase that memory as fast as you can. But don't run for that memory. So if you have a bad game, you need to watch the film on that bad game. Because if you run away from that film, you're going to think about that game the rest of your career. So you need to watch that film the next day, put it in the bucket, throw the bucket away, get ready for the next game. But when you're on the field, all about patience. Every play, take one play at a time.
Love it. Mm-hmm. Awesome. Well, Mac, thank you so much for coming on. We're going to be looking out for the brand memory when it's up and coming, and there's apparel that's got to go out there. We'll be sure to help you promote it. And obviously, we'll be wishing the very best for you. And I'm sure that next landing spot's going to be here sooner than you know it.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me on the show, man. Thank you.